Thanks for staying with us. You're welcome back to the morning show here on Arise News. Well, the waves are still settling in Delta State, where earlier this week, something akin to a political tsunami took place, following the wholesale defection of Governor Sheriff Oborowori, his entire cabinet, all local government chairmen, and the leadership structure of the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressives Congress. As we told you from the beginning, PDP has been threatening fire and brimstone, but those sympathetic to the beneficiary APC party are saying that those who defected committed no offense and only took the liberty to exercise their fundamental civic right. But is it as simple as that? And just how could this new entrant affect the dynamics of their new political home? For answers, we're now being joined here by Eyengho, a chieftain of the Delta State chapter of the All Progressives Congress. Great to have you, Comrade Eyengho. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good
Thanks
morning.
All right.
thanks to the beautiful ladies sandwiching you.
The morning show angels. All right, let's go right into it. It is your state. It is your party, APC. But then the unexpected happened, not just after 16 years of PDP in power, but also all through the Buhari of 8 years of Buhari, and then almost 2 years of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Delta has been PDP. The only time that Delta went Labour was in 2023 for the presidential election. So it came as a bit of a surprise to a lot of people that not just the governor, but the entire party structure, party machinery of the PDP will move into APC. But there are issues. First will be the issue of propriety. PDP is saying that no, it is the PDP, is the platform that elected them. And therefore, you can't just abandon your platform and move to another party. That might be tested, in court. And then there is also the point of why is APC looking for everyone? If it is about how good Oborowori or Okowa are, they lost woefully, in 2023 during the presidential election. And therefore, who says that the Labour magic, as at that time, will not happen again in 2027? What are your general thoughts, therefore, given the fact that you are part of those welcoming them into the party? But people are saying that if you're not careful, you might be supplanted.
Well, first, let me start from where you landed. Nobody, no APC member will be supplanted, in Delta State. We are the beneficiaries, and you don't expect us to shut the door at someone who wants to come into our apartment. We welcome them wholeheartedly. We're discussing, and we say, look, this is magical. We now have a governor, a deputy governor, the speaker, and everybody. No election, no Aeno conducted election, no campaign, no primaries. But Delta is now a APC state. That's to most of us, we just feel like breakdancing. And we did dance because it is allowed in politics. Yes, the PDP has said they will go to court to challenge it, but there is nothing. That's an exercise in futility because there is nothing stopping the governor or the president or even vice president to defect. Atiku Abubakar defected as a sitting president.
Vice President.
Sitting vice president. He defected, and the matter was challenged up to Supreme Court. He won. Because the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria allows that. Yes, you may argue that in terms of when it comes to National Assembly member or State Assembly member, yes, but there is also a clause there that if there is crisis or division at the national level of the party, then they can move That's the National Assembly member lawmakers. The question is there a crisis in PDP at the national level? Who is the national chairman of PDP today? Who is the national secretary? So there is manifestly clear to the blind and resoundingly loud to the deaf that PDP is divided sharply at the national level. So that created the room for the lawmakers, either at the national level or at the state level, to defect. So there is no qualms. That's why I say going to court, PDP going to court, is an exercise in futility. It will hit the rock. It's dead on arrival. So we welcome my governor, woefully, to APC. Be rest assured, yes, people think, what will happen to us. I'm a foundation member of APC. My political historical trajectory has been from AD to AC, AC to ACN, ACN to APC. And I've contested election. I've flown the flag of the party. In 2011, I was the ACN candidate for the Warri Southwest constituency in the Delta State House of Assembly. In 2019, I flew the flag of APC as the candidate for the Warri Federal constituency. So we've been there, and so many other people like that. So we are not going to, it's going to be, yes, at times like this, there must be discussion. And that discussion precede officially receiving the governor and his team. I was involved in virtually all the discussions in Abuja, in Asaba, in Warri. There was discussion. It's going to be a win-win for those coming in and those already there in situ.
I like that. Is it okay?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, I like that you said that because you said it's going to be a win-win for those coming in and those already in. But like I said, this is not about the people coming in or the people already in. This is about the people.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of Nigerians feel like politicians switch parties too easily. Is there any ideological justification for this? For instance, Okowa did speak about issues when he was governor for 8 years, lack of access to resources for his people, as at the time he was not a party. He was not in a party that was in power, he was not in the ruling party. So what is the justification for this defection? What is the reason? What is the idea as it pertains to the welfare of the people? Would staying in PDP mean that the people of Delta State will suffer, and then joining APC mean that they have a better chance of survival?
Well, like former Governor Okowa and even the Governor Sharif said, they gave their reasons, and I cannot agree less with their reason. And they did say they consulted with the people.
But the people spoke in that little...
No, those it depends on...
The type of people?
Yeah, no, it depends on who you are interviewing. If you interview those people who support this defection, they will say differently. So it's neither here nor there. What I'm saying
But it's not about the people who support, it's about the people in general.
The people in general, that's what I'm talking. And I'm telling you that the governor, both the former governor and the current governor, said this decision is a product of wide consultation with the people.
But the people just didn't
with
agree,
the people.
So
no, you can't conclude that.
We at least spoke to three
people you talk to. You know the population of Delta State?
I know, but they're randomly selected.
No, randomly selected. Well, you selected those who probably don't agree with the defection. But that's neither here nor there. All their representatives of the people are telling you that they consulted with the people. I think we should not, and when you talk of ideological leaning, is there ideology and all of that? Yes, I think for me, the paramount ideology in politicking is service to the people. That is the point of convergence, whether you are a little left to the middle or right to the middle, it is service to the people.
Why can't they serve under PDP?
No, I do not absolutely agree with former Governor Okowa with respect, because he appears to say that, look, except you are in APC or you are in the ruling party at the center, you may not get what you want. That's not true. Under this administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he works very closely with opposition. He works closely with Anambra State Governor Soludo. It's not in the APC. He works with OT. It's in Labour Party. He works with some PDP. He gives everybody their dues. He does not segregate.
Yes, to the point that now
is still officially in PDP.
Yes.
Officially in PDP.
To the point now that the opposition, who he's working so closely with, I think he probably has romanced them so much that they've decided to join his party.
Well,
but
yes.
I want to ask you a question because earlier you said that you were breakdancing. When you heard that Oborori and Okowa were joining the APC, and they brought their
stress.
Okay, and they brought their structure along with them, and you also were able to fly the APC flag for Warri in the Federal Constituency and Warri Southwest, I believe, in the House of State House of Assembly. Now, for yourself and other foundational members of the APC, now that so many members of the PDP structure of Delta State have come to the APC, will you get that same opportunity to fly those flags? Or is the competition getting hotter?
Why not? I mean, competition, I encourage competition because it produces the best. You must compete for. So you don't what that means now is that the primaries of APC will be tougher and stiffer.
I think that's better.
And it will throw up the best.
Okay.
It will throw up the best. I'm not afraid of that if I decide to contest. Neither are other members of the party who you call foundation member. No, it will only, competition will spring up the best. And that's what the people want. They want the best, the first 11 to chest out and represent them.
And my second question was, why did it spark so much joy for them to move parties? If it's about the dividends of democracy, then the party should be irrelevant to the people of the state. So why did it spark so much joy that you were breakdancing?
First and foremost, it is relevant because you cannot contest. There is no independent candidacy in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That's why party matters. It is important. It is compulsory. You must, contest on the platform of a party. So party matters in Nigeria. We are not America where independent candidacy is allowed. You understand? So it matters. That does not mean, you don't have the people at heart because you are, in any case, going to represent the people. You campaign to the people. You have manifesto and all of that. So it's about the people ultimately. After all, the democracy is government of the people, by the people, and for the people. So it's all about the people.
All right. Let me come in there. Two questions, Comrade Eyengho. First will be to ask how this confers strength on APC as a party, particularly when it comes to presidential elections. Like I said earlier, Okowa, who was vice presidential candidate to Atiku in PDP, and the governor, with all the machinery that they have brought to APC, they couldn't win Delta just 2 years ago for Atiku. The people that Kachi was talking about, the people voted emphatically for Peter Obi. What is the likelihood that the combination of the PDP that has now submerged into APC will defeat an Obi movement in 2027, particularly if Obi now aligns with Atiku? We don't know yet. Then secondly, they say that a sitting governor is the leader of the party in any state. What is the situation in Delta now, given the issues between the minister, Festus Keyamo, who, by the way, led the delegation to the governor and to pledge allegiance, and almost handing over to Governor Berewore second term, pledging that nothing will happen now is 2031. So what is the situation between him, the minister, and the former, what was his position? Omoagege, Deputy Senate President. Yes, exactly. Who was the leader of the party before Burewe joined. And then does it mean now that since the governor is now in the party, everybody falls in line under him?
Okay. Let me take your first question first.
Okay.
About the presidency and the chances of this re-energized APC in Delta State
Versus
now.
the real power of the people.
Okay. I tell you, of course, I don't know, Peter Obi does not even know his fate now where he will contest, and because Labour Party is in tatters too, just like as PDP is in tatters, you understand? So he does not know yet. Even if he combines with Atiku, okay, will he now run? Because Atiku believes he's the live presidential candidate of any party he goes, particularly PDP. So it's not, Atiku will want to be the presidential candidate. So will Peter Obi now, say he's going to run as if he does? I'm saying, assuming, let's even assume that that's the ticket.
Yeah.
Atiku Obi ticket. You understand? They will fail woefully. What happened in 2023 with Obi? That's a wave. That wave has since died. People have seen now, based on the effect, if you will, of social media. It's all just social media hype. Because he failed, because the structure is not there. Most of the polling booths, he has no agent.
But he was still able to win Delta without the structure.
That's what I'm saying. It's a wave.
But the wave won.
Things, when there is a wave, I'm from the riverine area. If I'm riding from Warri to my village in Borodo, you understand? When there is wave and all of that, you will not see clearly and all of that. But after everything calm, you will now see clearly. This is 2027 that we're talking about. Calm has come. We've seen clearly. We've known each other better. We can assess the presidential candidate of 2023. Those who want to come now, we know them better. It's not going to happen. Take it from me. 2027 is assured for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, not because of any other thing, because of performance. Because of performance. And it's not time to campaign yet and all of that, but be rest assured. And what is even the margin of, Obi and PDP then, who are now APC in Delta State? What's the margin of victory in Delta State during the presidential? It's not wide. Look, 2 good heads are better than 1. And that's where I will end on this first point. 2 good heads are better than 1. The combination of the force, the PDP force and APC force, these are 2, whether you like it or not, there are 2 leading political parties in Nigeria with structures. 2 good heads are better than 1. The combination is unbeatable, and nobody will beat that in 2027. That's for that. Then you ask a question, who, I think you said, who was the APC
leader? Who's the leader? Who's the head?
APC leader in Delta State before the coming of the governor? Of course, that we all know. It's former Deputy Senate President, Senator Ovioma Agege.
He was?
Yes, he was the leader of APC. That is because he was the last gubernatorial candidate. He rose to become the Deputy Senate President at the National Assembly. In fact, he contested that governorship as Deputy Senate President. You understand? He's been in the party. He helped to build the party. You understand? Festus Keyamo, with all respect, has not contested an election before. Does not know what it is to contest election. I respect him. A good guy. A good guy. He's a minister. He's an appointee. It's different. An appointee and an elected person, someone who has run for election, who has campaigned, not a councillor, not a local government chairman, governor, and National Assembly. I mean, you must give him his flowers. And he has helped to build the party. But I must say, contrary to what people are thinking out there, that's perception. There is no trouble. There is no internal trouble. Yes, at times like this, there will be interest. Politics is all about interest. You understand? But there is no that kind of trouble or problem that people are perceiving out there between DSP, former DSP, Uvioma Agege, and Minister Festus Keyamo. There's no such trouble. Whatever it is, they are surmountable and there are no issues.
But Agege will not run in 2027, obviously.
No. Must he run? The dynamics, of course, and that's the truth we have told us, the dynamic has changed with the coming in of a sitting governor who is just a one-term governor. And of course, he will want to do a second term. Yeah. There are many other ways of, fixing.
Getting your personal interests answered. But before we round up, because we only have a few more minutes with you, I want to ask you, because I believe, you said you've run for Warri Federal Constituency and Warri Southwest. I want to ask about the delineation and INEC, because our next guest will touch on that. And the second thing, but before we go into delineation, I think we should close up with that. Okay. You said that based on performance alone, President Tinubu can win 2027.
Yep.
What metrics are you using to judge his performance?
He has performed in every sector.
Based on what
whether
metrics?
Education.
So what has improved
sector?
in education?
Yeah,
we had, even in Lagos State, about half of the students who wrote JAM just failed. So I just want to know the metrics you're using to measure his performance.
No, it's not going to write their exam for them.
Yes.
What I'm saying is that look at the loans to students. That's unprecedented. Look at the agricultural sector. Most people are not taking advantage of this, and the Northerners are taking advantage of it. The kind of money that has been pumped into the agricultural sector. I mean, just those two alone. I mean, we don't need to argue about that. It's not time to campaign yet. We don't need to campaign.
Made available by other presidents at their time?
This one he has done is unprecedented. If you correct me if I'm wrong. Giving loan to students to pay back when they are employed.
The concept of student loan.
So I mean that is still
debatable, but we don't.
No, it's not debatable, and that's why I say I challenge you. Correct me, it's unprecedented. Then the agricultural sector, which
the idea of the students.
We're pressed for time, but we didn't give your thoughts on the delineation.
Let's just leave it
because we are pressed for time. You see what INEC did with the delineation, which they said what they presented, according to them, is a proposal.
Yes.
It will end as a proposal because it's dead on arrival.
It is?
That cannot stand. Even INEC knows. Yes, there are allegations that the whole process was dollarized. And look, for instance, there are 20, just very quickly, so that you know.
Yes.
There are 25 local government areas in Delta State. And each of these local government area, the concept of homeland. And there are 5 major ethnic groups: Anioma, Urobo, Ijo, Ishekiri, Isoko.
Which is yours?
I'm Ishekiri. Okay. You understand? I'm Ishekiri. I'm also partly Ijo. Father side. I'm also partly Urobo. Mother side. So if anybody has locus to speak, as far as it concerns this issue, I am one of such persons.
So you think the Shekiris have been shortchanged?
I'm just 25 local government.
Yeah.
Look, the 3 Warri local government area is the homeland of the Shekiri people.
On what basis?
That does not mean other ethnic groups don't reside there. 25 local government, Urobos have 8. That's their homeland. Aniomas have 9. That's their homeland. Then Ijos have 3. Patadi, Burutu, Bomadi, that's their homeland. Isokos have 2. Then Ishekiri have 3, Warri South, Warri North, and Warri Southwest. That is the homeland of the Ishekiri people. But there are other people, just like in some of the Urobo's local government. Ishekiris are there in Sapele, Okpe, and all of that. They are there. But they cannot begin to now say, look, we own this place. So, I mean,
so the delineation is not satisfactory. We really have to...
No, the delineation is... the proposed delineation
we'll get the Urobo perspective
is dead on arrival.
Shortly. But we want to thank you, Comrade Alex Eyengho, for your thoughts on the morning show this morning. Thank you indeed for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.